Okay, so hey folks. Another winter related video. So anyone in the Northeast who has HVAC or just air conditioning on the second floor, but has radiant heat, you have all the ducts running through your attic that have registers in your ceiling, but you're not actually using those ducts because you're getting heat from baseboard heat, and this just provides cooling in the summer. Recently I had a mass save uh, air sealing and duct sealing, all sorts of stuff done, and the inspector recommended that we seal up the vents because they're just like open holes to the attic, and you get a lot of heat loss through them. And I mean, this vent right here is one of the big return vents, and historically, I've always felt a big draft coming from it. What I did this year was I went around to all the ducts and tried to cover them in some way. And when the inspector said to do was just get a bunch of the pink insulation and stick it in a garbage bag and then stuff it into each one of the vents. But that just for most of the vents, they're all screwed on to the wall, and I didn't want to have to screw them on and off every season. And some of them are just screwed into the drywall, so you end up destroying the drywall. I just wanted something I could easily put on and take off once a season without too much fuss. So what I ended up doing here was in this return vent is I don't know if you can see in there is there's I went to Home Depot and bought some of this reflective bubble wrap or stuff that you normally line a cooler with, and I just cut a couple sheets of it to fit into this return vent and snugly jammed it up into this hole where you would normally put a filter in this return vent. I don't put filters in this one. I just put one at the unit, but so this was already open and ready to accept something. So this is the only place I actually did a custom thing to block it. Every other vent in the house, I covered with these things called Alimidrafts. It's just basically this corrugated plastic um, device that has some bubble wrap insulation in it as well, and it's held on magnetically. So right behind this box, this white box, is the HVAC duct for this room, and you can get them in all sorts of sizes. And normally, what I would do as well is I would close all the doors upstairs too to help prevent air from getting up here. But in this room, I've got some big cathedral ceilings, and I was able to get them to cover pretty much all the ducts in the upstairs. And you want them in the bathrooms as well, because here is where he said, moisture and stuff can get sucked up into them. And already just in the past couple days of having these up, I've noticed that it's been much warmer in the house, especially upstairs. I'm gonna wait and see, how what kind of job it does on the energy efficiency in terms of the gas bill. But so I basically went around, and you can buy these to fit all sorts of um, different sizes for different vents. Like up here, I had this big return vent. In the bathrooms, I had smaller ones. In the bedrooms, I had slightly bigger supply vents. So you want to go around and measure every single one, and that was a mistake I made too. Is I only measured the bathroom ones, and I thought those would be the same size as the bedroom ones, and they weren't. So make sure you measure all of them just to get a good count if you decide to use them. There's going to be DIYers out there that are able to craft this stuff themselves, but to me, I spent a lot of time thinking about how I do it and how much materials I'd probably waste screwing it up. I wanted something that was just ready to go, and I'd already had this bubble wrap tape or bubble wrap stuff from a previous thing I was doing, so I was able to just use that. But Alimidraft does actually sell a sheet of bubble wrap that you can use to place in return vents just like this. But since I already had something similar, I didn't need it. So that's it. Hope this helps.